Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
We're just a couple of kooky, crazy kids in love that love doing some reaction videos together.
Yes, so we're back at it with the Sonic Universe Explained in Wow, can't talk. Trying that again. The Sonic Universe Explained in under 10 minutes. Can't say
it's
under
a tongue
today.
twister.
Yeah.
This is one of the winners of our poll over on Patreon for some random videos that we're going to react to. And thank you so much for everyone that voted on this and recommending this. And we did a Sonic openings video, and the Sonic universe is not something that we're not really familiar with. So this seems like a great video for us to check out. We also saw the Sonic movies that we really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Love those. And let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Earth. This is Sonic's world, but don't worry about that planet for right now. We rewind thousands of years and go deep into space to this unnamed planet, and there are these aliens called Ancients. Their planet's on the verge of destruction because of this evil-looking planet thing, the End. The Ancients can't stop it and turn to planet
The End?
B
It's quite a name for
before
planet.
off this planet. They board ships to escape into space, powered by jewels of infinite power, the Chaos Emeralds. As for their planet,
The
it
music.
explodes. Now homeless and roaming through space, they look for a new home, but luckily their Chaos Emeralds turn into a GPS, homing in another jewel of infinite power
Convenient.
called the Master Emerald. Remember that name, and yes, it's on Earth. Look at Earth. How beautiful. Humans and anthropomorphic animals exist here, we just don't know when they popped up. Earth has its own problems though. Every tens of thousands of years, a god of darkness, Dark Gaia, breaks the planet apart, and his counterpart, Light Gaia, wakes up to put him back to sleep, repair the planet, and then they both chill out for another cycle of thousands of years. Luckily for the Ancients, they caught these gods while they were sleeping. The Ancients, paranoid from their near run-in with death from that big evil planet thing, decide to 1. Use the Chaos Emeralds to back up data from their entire civilization onto the internet. They call this cyberspace. And 2, they build a shitload of weaponry in case that thing comes back. And it does come back. Their preparations weren't enough. In a last-ditch effort, they managed to seal this entity onto
I had no
the
idea the
internet.
Sonic world
This
was
came with
this
a terrible
complex.
loss of life, devastating the Ancients. So the survivors fled the islands they called home
fast.
with the Chaos Emeralds in tow and moved to a place called Angel Island, home of the Master Emerald. Thousands of years later, the Ancients have mostly died out or mutated into these peaceful creatures called Chao,
they're cute.
still watching over the sacred shrine where their emeralds are now housed on Angel Island. Then a neighboring tribe of echidnas decide it's a good idea
They're like
to attack
Knuckles.
this shrine to steal
Yeah.
the power of the emeralds, killing some of these Chao to get to them. Oops, this pisses off a water god descendant of the Ancients named Chaos, who uses the power of the emeralds to kill off most of them. The chief of the Echidna tribe's daughter, Tikal, seals herself and Chaos in the Master Emerald to stop him. The surviving echidnas think it's a good idea to make sure this doesn't happen again, so they pledge their lives to guard the Master Emerald. Oh, and at some point, Angel Island goes into the sky.
Okay.
We again skip thousands of years later. A scientist, Gerald Robotnik, is living on a space colony called ARK, orbiting the Earth, working on creating the ultimate life form. With knowledge of the emeralds from the ancient Echidna tribe, and with the help of an evil alien race that decided to stop
Totally
by,
trustworthy.
Shadow the Hedgehog is born, an experiment that is meant to help find the cure to the doctor's granddaughter, Maria's illness. The military, named Gunn, hates this, so they go up there and mow everyone down, including Maria. The doctor is arrested and executed, and even though Shadow managed to escape the colony, he's retrieved by the military and locked away. Are you still with me? 50-ish years later, there is this teenage hedgehog that runs fast named Sonic, living on South Island. This is his arch-nemesis, Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik, grandson of Gerald, who seeks world domination by obtaining the emeralds, kidnapping animals to power
Porky
his
Pig in there?
robots. Sonic stops
Looks like
him.
it.
Eggman tries again by chaining a planet to the Earth that appears 1 month every year, trying to obtain gems called Time Stones on it to control time. He also kidnaps Sonic's biggest fan, Amy Rose. Sonic stops Eggman along with his newest creation, Metal Sonic, and saves Amy. Eggman tries again by chasing the Chaos Emeralds to another island called West Side Island. In his pursuit, Sonic meets Tails.
Tails!
a fox who's bullied for his 2 tails, but in admiration for Sonic, he uses them to run very fast. Sonic likes this and they become besties. With all 7 emeralds, Sonic learns to transform into Super Sonic and stops Eggman. But there's no rest for the wicked. Eggman tries again, this time heading to Angel Island to gain the power of the Master Emerald, and tricks the last remaining Echidna from that tribe I mentioned earlier that Sonic is the bad guy going after the emeralds. This is Knuckles. This is how Sonic meets Knuckles. Sonic and Tails pursue Eggman, and at some point Knuckles catches on that the doctor isn't the nicest guy, and Sonic gains his respect. They work
Yay.
together to stop him, with Sonic becoming super again to blow up more of Eggman's stuff. After all of this, Sonic goes on vacation.
Super
oh no,
Saiyan.
Eggman finds out Chaos is sealed in the Master Emerald. Intending to use his power, he blows up the Master Emerald and releases Chaos in his new conquest for power. After Sonic and his friends spend days trying to stop Eggman, he loses control of an angry Chaos who steals the emeralds and levels a whole city. Sonic
Can't remember
turns
that
super
from
and
one of the
defeats him
openings.
while quelling his anger at the same time, and Chaos can finally rest in peace. Eggman decides there's no days off and finds the location of his grandfather's ultimate weapon, Shadow. He single-handedly breaks into a military base, releases Shadow, employs a thief named Rouge the Bat, who is a government spy on the low, and they all try to get the Chaos Emerald so they can fire a weapon of mass destruction hidden in the Space Colony Ark.
Rouge the Bat is cool.
Scorn Gerald decides that whenever the 7 emeralds are put into the Ark's cannon, it would plummet to Earth and take everyone out as revenge for the death of his granddaughter. Sonic and friends convince Shadow the Earth is worth fighting for, and both Hedgehogs turn into their super forms to stop the Ark, and this Shadow prototype that's hanging off the end of it. Shadow plummets to Earth after the battle and dies.
Damn!
Never mind, he's still alive. Saved by Eggman, who decides to make clones of him. Also, Metal Sonic decides to rebel against Eggman so Sonic and all of his friends, new and old, stop him. Peace has returned.
Wrong.
That evil alien that helped Gerald create Shadow showed up to come collect. Shadow says fuck all that and wipes out these aliens. After his little break, Dr. Eggman wants to unleash an evil god of time called Solaris, who's partially sealed inside this princess
Final Fantasy.
that Sonic decides to go on a date with. Meanwhile, a pissed off
not really
hedgehog
a
from the
date.
future named Silver comes back in time to stop the destruction of his world. 3 hedgehogs go super this time to defeat this god who transports Sonic and the princess back in time before the piece of the god was sealed within her. It's this candle, by the way. So she blows it out, which causes the events of the game to never happen. And we never see her again. Remember those warring gods on Earth I spoke about? Well, time's up. Eggman fires a Chaos Emerald powered cannon at the Earth and awakens Dark Gaia, who splits up the Earth and kills billions. This drains the Emerald of their power and somehow turns Sonic into a werehog. He falls with the emeralds to Earth and with the help of this little creature named Chip, goes on a world backpacking tour to restore the power of the emeralds. Plot twist, Chip is the other god, like Gaia, who lost his memory, and together he and Sonic beat Dark Gaia, staving off the threat for another cycle. Chip must rest again for another cycle of thousands of years to be ready for Dark Gaia's next resurface, and says goodbye to Sonic, giving him his bracelet as a gift. We never see it again. Eggman crosses Dark Gaia off the list of things to do to conquer the world, and this time he opens a space amusement park out of the kindness of his heart, complete with multiple planets for people to visit. Oh wait, no, he enslaves an entire alien race called the Wisps to harness their power for a mind control laser to take over Earth. Sonic and Tails
Yeah, that sounds
stop
more
them
like
again,
it.
and most of the Wisps go home, with some staying behind on Earth to live in peace. Eggman, stranded in space, finds an all-powerful time-traveling entity called the Time Eater, and uses it to go back in time
Cool
and recruit
design.
his past self
Yeah.
to help him out. Meanwhile, it's Sonic's birthday, but before he can celebrate,
Yay.
he and all his friends are sucked into time by the Time Eater. So he goes through different periods of time to find his friends, and oh look, he meets his past self. And after they save everyone, they stop the Eggmans in their super forms and
That's a
continue
fun
their
one.
birthday
Wonder which game that
celebration.
one is.
Classic Sonic goes back to his own time and may or may not still be living out events that are occurring in an alternate timeline/dimension. Meanwhile, Eggman tries the conquest thing again by going to a world in the skies called the Lost Hex, home of a race known as the Zeti, or the Deadly Six. Eggman uses this shell to keep them in check while Sonic carelessly kicks it away. Now the Deadly Six are free of his control and turn against Eggman, leading him to work together with Sonic to stop them from draining the Earth of all of its life force. Sonic and Tails have a falling out, Eggman falls into lava and dies, but after handling their beef, Sonic and Tails work together to defeat the Deadly Six. Plot twist,
Why does Sonic and Tails have a
Eggman
beef?
fakes his
I know,
death
right?
as
That's
one
what I wanna
last
know.
assault on Sonic. It fails. Time passes and Eggman installs a powerful gem called the Phantom Ruby into a Jackal mercenary he recruited that got mollywopped by Shadow. This Jackal renames himself Infinite and can use the gem to alter reality. With this power, he defeats Sonic, and being uncontested, Eggman takes over the world. Sonic is thought to be dead, but he's actually just in jail. His friends form the Resistance, recruiting whatever they can to fight back. They recruit this avatar thing that fans had a blast creating, who helps to save Sonic from captivity. Classic Sonic somehow ends up here too. They all work together to stop Eggman and murder Infinite. Yes, it's confirmed Sonic killed this guy. And the planet was taken back. So after a little break, Eggman turns to the power of the Ancients for help on his plan for world
Sonic doesn't follow
domination.
Batman's rules.
With his newest AI creation, Sage, he returns to their old home, the Starfall Islands, and attempts to have her hack into cyberspace. Due to the island's security, Sage has to protect her papa by hiding him away in cyberspace. Sonic, Tails, and Amy head to these islands since the Chaos Emerald decided to act all weird and return to it. They're all sucked into cyberspace, with Sonic being the only one who can get out. Knuckles was transported there as well at some point when he stumbled upon ruins of the Ancients on Angel Island. During his time on the island, Sonic learns the history of the Ancients from the Coco, beings that we learn are the last remaining essence of the Ancients stored in Lucky Charms they used to carry around. Sonic now has to save his friends from cyberspace by destroying the creations of the Ancients, the Titans. By doing this, he releases the seal on cyberspace, and the big bad evil
Goes
planet
to the
The
end.
End returns. Enlisting the help of Sage and Eggman, Sonic in his super form stops the End to save his friends and avenges the Ancients, but Sage sacrifices herself in the process. and Eggman is sad. But in the DLC, Sonic can take another route and learn from the memories of the ancients to master the cyber energy he's been absorbing throughout his adventure, to become Super Sonic 2. That's actually what it's called in the game files. He destroys the end with the help of
Super
Eggman,
Saiyan 2.
and this time
Yeah.
everyone gets out alive. This adventure was crazy enough to convince Sonic's friends to go on a spiritual journey to find themselves, while Eggman goes home as a happy father. That's where the lore is now. Let me know if I should do this again.
I'll say, like, a lot of times in these, certain amount of lore and under a certain amount of minutes, whatever, the person that is talks at like a super speed to try to get it all under the time limit that they like arbitrarily probably like assigned themselves. But this was done, like, I mean, he spoke at a normal speed, and it just like, it was easy to follow. I'm not going to say that like I, can now repeat everything and I now know everything I need to know about the Sonic universe and like, okay, well, that's a wrap right there. But it's a very good sort of base knowledge of what kind of is going on. And like, it answers some questions as far as like the openings that we had.
Yeah, I was just surprised at how much more complex and vast the Sonic universe is than I ever realized. With like, I mean, I knew about, sort of the rings and the jewels, like that was the extent of my knowledge. I was like, there's some jewels and some rings,
some Chaos
and stuff.
Emerald things, yeah.
Now it's like, oh no, they're the Chaos Emeralds, and there's like a Master
Yeah.
Emerald, but there's also gods and like evil Gaia and light Gaia, and it was very eye opening how much more expansive this universe is than I ever gave it credit for.
Yeah, some highlights were like a world called The End. That's great. Very like simple, gets the point across. Good design even for the end. And then like the Dark Gaia versus Light Gaia as well. And like they sort of just like rip up the earth and like then like put it back together again and then come out and like we'll fight one more time. Another like whatever 10,000 years, however long it takes. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like when it first started, I'm like, what is going on? This is Sonic?
Yeah. I had a very similar thought. To be honest, my burning question is, why did Tails and Sonic have a fallout?
Yeah.
I mean, they're besties, and I mean, of course, best friends can have falling out, but like, there's generally hopefully a good reason, especially because they made it sound like it was fairly impactful. That they had such a falling out, and then like they repaired it for the sake of like doing a fight again.
Yeah.
Which that could have just been the word choice, but it almost made it sound like, I don't know, it wasn't totally resolved in a way, which means it had to have been really bad. And I'm just curious what could have caused that rift.
I don't know either. Because I was hoping, I mean, again, put a time limit on the video. So I don't know if you could say like, they had a rift, because of, it must have been like more complex than just like a certain thing. Like, I mean, I don't know if the rift was because Sonic chose to work with Eggman. That's like the simplest explanation I can think of. But it's like the lesser of two evils. It's like, okay, well, Eggman can't really like destroy the world, like the 6 that were released at that point. And Sonic's like, it's kind of my fault for like, it's his fault for like bringing them up and like putting them under his control, but then my fault for like releasing them under his control. So like we need to like work together because the enemy of my enemy. So now we have the common goal. That like Eggman just wants to rule the world. He doesn't want to destroy the world.
Yeah, and that is a pretty important difference.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, let us know what you thought about this video down below in the comments. If you want more Sonic reactions, let us know some videos to check out and recommend. And we also have our reactions for the Sonic movies that you can check out if you're interested. And thanks for watching our reaction for the Sonic universe explained in under 10 minutes. But just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.